If your presentations keep putting executive management to sleep, the problem is not with your slides. It's how you're using ChatGPT or not using it at all. You click this because you want presentations executives actually love, not decks they skim while checking their phone. In this video, I'll show you how to take the exact deck you already have, run it through 3 simple ChatGPT passes, and turn it into a clear, sharp story that leaders pay attention to. I've spent years presenting to senior directors and VPs, and I've learned the hard way what makes them lean in and what makes them tune out. Does this sound familiar? You go slide by slide and no one reacts. It feels like an empty room. Then someone asks, "What do you expect from us?" This happens not because you're bad at your job. It happens because your deck is telling a bedtime story and not what executives really want. To fix this, you need a simple 3-pass framework I use called PIR: Purpose, Insights, and Recommendations. Before ChatGPT, restructuring a deck into PIR took hours. Now, if you use ChatGPT strategically, you can transform a messy slide pack into an executive-ready story in about 15 minutes. Let's walk through my exact prompts and why this works so well on leaders. Most mid-career professionals think executives want more detail. They do not. We'll fix that in step 1. The first mistake is starting with detail slides instead of purpose. Grab your existing deck. It might be a quarterly update, a steering committee status, or a roadmap review. Open ChatGPT and paste in the agenda or a short summary of the presentation. Then use this prompt. You are an executive in a large corporate environment. You have 15 minutes in a busy day to understand this presentation and decide if action is needed. I will paste the current agenda and slide titles. Tell me in 1 sentence what you think the real purpose of this deck is, and list 3 questions you would want answered by the end. For most decks, ChatGPT will come back with something like, "The purpose seems to be to update leadership on Project X, but it's not clear what decision is needed or whether we're on track." That gap is your gold. Now write the purpose as 1 clear statement that starts with, "By the end of this presentation, executives will," and make sure it includes the decision or signal they need to give. We just shifted from "I have slides" to "I have a clear purpose." Executives feel that immediately. I used to walk into VP reviews with 30 slides and no single sentence purpose. Those meetings always drifted. Once I started forcing this 1 line, the questions got sharper and the decisions came faster. So now your deck has a real purpose. But there's a second problem that quietly kills your credibility, even if your slides look great. It shows up in almost every status presentation I review, and you can fix it with the next ChatGPT prompt. Most decks are full of information: charts, bullets, screenshots, tables. Executives are not grading your homework. They are scanning for insights and risks. This is how you use ChatGPT to pull those out. Copy the contents of a few key slides: metrics, timeline, RAG status, main bullets. Then use this prompt. Act as a senior VP reviewing this presentation. I will paste slide content. Rewrite it as a short spoken summary using this structure: what you are seeing, what it means, especially in terms of risk, impact, or momentum, what you are concerned about or happy with. Keep it under 4 sentences and speak in plain language. ChatGPT will turn 15 bullet points of status into something like, "We are on track for delivery, but our dependency on Team Y is still not locked." This puts the Q3 release at risk. Adoption in Region A is ahead of target. Region B is lagging. I'm happy with the progress on automation, but we need a clearer mitigation plan for the dependency risk. That is insight. You can use this 2 ways. First, you can put the wording in the notes field to guide your own delivery. Second, you can tweak the slides so the headlines and 1 or 2 bullets reflect the insight instead of dumping all the raw data. The first time I did this, the feedback I got was Thank you for telling me what this actually means instead of making me decode the chart. This is the moment leadership realizes you speak their language. So now you have a clear purpose, you have insight-focused slides. There's still one missing piece that separates a nice update from a presentation executives actually love. They want the one thing that almost everybody forgets. And if you miss it, your whole deck feels tactical. And this one feels the scariest to a lot of mid-career professionals. Executives love presentations that make it easy to act. That means your deck needs a recommendation section, not just next steps. Take your key points, risks, and opinions, then ask ChatGPT. Act as a VP reviewing this presentation. Using the purpose and insights we defined earlier, create 3 concise executive level recommendations. For each recommendation, include the action needed from leadership, the risk or trade-off tied to that action, the business impact if they act, and if they do not, a 1-sentence rationale that answers why this matters now. Write everything in a short, direct language suitable for the final slide of an executive presentation. You might get something like, number 1, approve a temporary scope cut on feature B to protect the Q3 launch date. Number 2, ask Region B leadership to assign a named owner for the adoption by Friday. Number 3, endorse a dedicated integration squad to remove the dependency on vendor X by next quarter. This is not, here is what we did this month. This is, here is what we need from you and why. Now use that output to shape your final slide and your closing words. When you start ending decks this way, you'll get feedback like, thank you, this makes it very easy for me to support you. Same work, different framing, completely different signal about your level. So here is how you can use this on your very next presentation. First, pick an upcoming deck you are already scheduled to give. Don't start a new one. Run just 3 slides through the purpose, insight, recommendation prompts. You do not need to overhaul the whole thing to feel the difference. Step 2, limit yourself to 1-sentence purpose, 1 key insight per slide, and 3 recommendations max. Executives remember what is simple and focused. Now the third step, after the meeting, ask your manager one question. Was this clearer than my last update? And if so, why? If you like this kind of content using ChatGPT strategically, continue with the next video that YouTube thinks is the most helpful.